Hello everyone, welcome to my home. Please get extra comfy today because it's cake day. What was that? I feel like that was just a collective sigh from all of you. Have a little more faith. I can do this. I promise I will try not to screw anything up. But it is St. Paddy's Day. I was thinking chocolate cake and then a Irish Guinness Stout poured into said cake. What do you think? Now you're on my side again? So I was looking for a chocolate Guinness cake recipe. The most popular one I could find, or at least the most represented one, was from Nigella Lawson.
But I still need a bit of milk, full fat, which I've warmed in the microwave.
Who we have never mentioned in this kitchen before, so, they call her the domestic goddess. She's an English food personality, cookbooks, TV, etc. And I had to pick up her book, because that's what I do. Feast cookbook. And look how much fun she's having there. Happy as a clam, making some sort of dough. It looks like a lot of fun. I wish I had that much fun making dough. Chocolate Guinness cake. Here we go. Oh, look at that thing. She describes it perfectly here. Damp blackness. It's not something that's going to taste like Guinness. You're adding it into it, but it's adding like a je ne sais quoi quality to the cake. Similar to when I was adding it into the Guinness beef stew from a few months ago, where it doesn't taste like Guinness. It's giving you something. And it's nice, and it's balanced, and then you got enough sugar in there to, have a good time. And then we have a cream cheese frosting on the top, which is to resemble the frothy top on a pint of Guinness. Yeah, so that's what's happening right now. We are starting over at the stove today. I need a wide bottom saucepan. I want to crack open a Guinness, 250 milliliters, which is half of this tall boy, into the saucepan. Seems kind of sacrilegious to do what I'm about to do, but I'm heating the Guinness up. This is 250 milliliters of unsalted butter, cup and 2 tablespoons worth. And I've broken it up into pieces here, so I'm gonna add a little, get that melted, and I'll just keep adding and repeat until no more butter. It's in there. I'm not gonna just melt a whole bunch of butter into a Guinness and not taste it. Okay, that's not really for me. For all you cup fans out there, please be advised that I am working in milliliters and grams today. So this is, which is cool, Canadian, it's how I was raised, but I lost my train of thought. 75 grams of cocoa powder and a whopping overwhelming amount of sugar. I think this is to offset the bitterness of the Guinness. At least that's what she said in the book. So this is 400 grams worth, which is basically like 2 cups worth, and this is a fine sugar. You've got to whisk it in. Whoa, whoa. Okay, and now that just looks like chocolate sauce. Sour cream. It's 142 milliliters. It's very specific. 2 eggs, a tablespoon of vanilla extract. Okay, I'm gonna use a fork to mix that all together. Pour that into the sugary, Guinnessy, buttery saucepan. And give it a good whisk. 275 grams, aka 2 1/4 cup worth of all-purpose flour, and 2.5 teaspoons of bicarbonate. Add in 2.5 teaspoons of bicarbonate of soda. Baking soda, to me. So bring the saucepan over here, whisk it in. Okay, and then you just give that a good mix, and you may notice that there is no Silver Fox today. I know, giving them the day off. I have a springform pan. It's been greased. It has been terribly lined with parchment paper. I'm gonna pour this into the, Gotta be one of the quickest cake batters I've ever made in my Life, truly. Now, 180 degrees Celsius is what the oven's supposed to be at. I got a Fahrenheit oven over there, so 356 degrees Fahrenheit is the conversion. I just did a clean 350. And I'm gonna bake this 350 degree Fahrenheit oven for 45 minutes. Okay, good luck. 45 minutes. 43 minutes. So once you remove it from the oven, which was exactly 45 minutes, no more, no less. I think it was the perfect time because this thing looks beautiful. Anyway, the goddess says that once you remove it from the oven, you leave it in the springform pan and let it cool completely while it's hanging out in a wire rack. And you do so because it is quite a damp cake. Unbuckle and reveal yourself. Whoa. I gotta say, that is a very beautiful looking cake. Damp, but beautiful. And the cream cheese frosting is of course optional. I'm gonna exercise the option. Well, thank you, but be careful. So adding in 300 grams worth of Philadelphia cream cheese. Punch it. Lightly. Looking smooth. I'm gonna sieve 150 grams of powdered sugar over top of the cream cheese. We don't want any clumps. Clumpless. Now we gotta mix that together. 125 mils of heavy cream, and I'm gonna stream that in while beating. And then we're gonna beat that all until it becomes a spreading consistency. It's a bit loose, isn't it? That's lights out. But it's a bit loose. If I just add a spoonful extra of the sugar, yes, the medicine goes down, but also hopefully it thickens up this. Very happy. May I have a taste? It's the greatest thing I've ever made. So what I'm gonna do here is something fairly risky, but I'm a risky dude. I am gonna flip it. I'm going to remove the parchment paper. Ooh la la. Look how nice that looks. Oh, look how nice that looks. That is a damp looking cake. That's how it's done, like that. So of course the objective here is to make this cream look like the foam, to resemble the frothy top of a pint of Guinness. Cover it all first, and we'll turn on the artistic side of things. You're gonna add one more spoonful of this, and then you're gonna stop, because this already looks the part. Stop. I want you to stop. Any further than that, and you're just gonna start messing things up. Order up. It's gotta be like the easiest cake recipe I've ever followed. Get the hell out of here. This might be the best cake I've ever had in my entire life. I'm not even joking. Sweet and sour thing going on here with the combination of the cream cheese frosting and this beautiful cake. Wow! She's describing that as a damp cake. I think over there, maybe you call it a damp cake in the Great Britain, but here we're going with moist. Or maybe they're two different things, damp and moist. No, I think it's the same thing. regardless, it's a very dampy, moist cake. The thing is that you cannot taste the Guinness at all, even a little bit. There's no bitterness, there's no kind of like subtle beer taste to it. And it's funny because it's not the sweetest cake in the world either, but I added so much sugar to it. So I think that is just kind of like a battle between the beer and the sugar in the end, just kind of duking it out. Okay, I have 1% of my battery here, so let me try to say this quickly. When you add Guinness to a cake, it deepens the chocolate flavor, adds moisture, it balances the sweetness, like cuts the sweetness a little, preventing the cake from tasting flat. It reacts chemically, reacting with the baking soda, helping to leaven the cake and keep the crumb soft. I'd say that was a marvel. I gotta say something about this recipe in this book too, because never has a cake recipe been this straightforward and simple and easy to make and took no time, and it was just like, there's no beating around the bush, there's not trying to make anything complicated, it's just a straight line. Well, that's it, that's all. This was Jamie and Nigella. Now we're both laughing. I'm gonna go. Bon appetit. Au revoir.